Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Make Money Trucking. So, something I wanted to kind of go over is there going to be a new age for the trucking industry as far as emissions is concerned? With all this stuff coming down, Lee Zeldin and all the things that he's doing, I mean, if we really want to think about this, we just got a pardon for the shop owner in Wyoming, which I have history with. We'll do a video on that another time if you guys are curious. And he just got pardoned. So with that happening, that sets precedence for the future, and for diesel trucks and emissions and deletes and all that stuff. I mean, they're going to go after that case, which I'm happy it happened, but there are other things about that shop that I really wasn't such a big fan of. Had, a few different trucks worked on through them. But on the emissions front, could this bring in a whole new era of, good days for guys like me, small semi-truck owners and trucking companies? I made a video saying who do you guys think is going to be the first to come out with a non-emissions new age motor, like a Cummins X15 with no emissions on it, a DD15 or 16 from Freightliner with no emissions on it, etc., etc. Who's going to be the first manufacturer to do it, and is that going to be allowed? Because a lot of things that are happening are going to set precedents for this in the future. I don't know how all that stuff works, but given that pardons have happened and they're rolling back emissions and there's pretty much no one to prosecute and fine, and I don't think anybody's beating down anybody's doors about tuning or deleting emission defeat devices. So with that being said, are we going to start seeing trucks that are more mainstream being deleted, emissions going out the window? As this is good for everybody, because there are a lot of backyard underground deletes that have been done, but the tuning isn't that great because people are kind of doing it, like quote unquote on the black market, so they're not being really refined. But if they become more legalized, or they're not prosecuted, or people are not being gone after for doing it, that'll make the tunes a lot more robust, a lot more resilient, and just better refined. As I know some people who get deletes done and the tunes aren't that great, they still have some emissions problems, but DOD, the military, and other industries get non-emissions pickups and semis, so I'm sure they know something that we don't. So hopefully with that happening, we'll get better tuning and better delete options, and trucks will run a lot better with the deletes, tunes that are becoming available. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of go over, is this going to be the new age of a great age of the semi-trucking industry? They said that they're not going to roll it back, they're wanting to eliminate the emission standards. So I'm curious to see where this goes in the future. Could this mean a free-for-all as far as clean diesels, in the sense that no emissions devices on them, freely breathing diesels again, and whatnot. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I think this could be really good, especially for my industry. It's been something that, has been killing people for a long time. Small business, even some large business, large trucking companies, I'm sure it affects them as well. But it hits the small guys like me the hardest. The 1 to 10 small trucking companies. It hits us the hardest. And then if you want to go and delete your stuff, well, back in the day you had to risk getting caught. A lot of shops would either take advantage, or they would, if they did something weird or shady, you had to worry about them coming back on you and all the recourse. But let me know what you guys think. Is this ushering in a new era, a great era for the trucking industry? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one.